If you sing well, I'll give you $100,000 and I'll even marry you.
The host sneered at Allison, a mocking grin plastered on his face as the entire audience erupted in laughter. He pointed a finger at the disheveled young woman standing center stage, joined by the crowd in his ridicule. Allison stood frozen, clutching an old, cracked guitar to her chest. At just 20 years old, she had been surviving on the streets ever since losing her parents as a young child. That guitar was her only companion, the last treasure from a life she once knew. Every morning, Allison would crawl out from under bus stop shelters to sing at terminals and plazas, hoping for a few coins or a piece of bread. But the world was heartless. At the station, suits told her to shut up, while guards threatened her with arrest. In the city square, bullies mocked her, calling her a homeless pop star. Allison was ready to give up on everything until a kind couple, Leo and Maya, approached her. They praised her raw talent and handed her a card for the nation's biggest talent competition. Allison was skeptical. The next morning, she showed the card to her only friend, Toby, a street magician. She called her Magic Man. He insisted she go, telling her she couldn't let a gift like hers go to waste. When Allison arrived at the towering glass headquarters, the staff tried to throw her out in disgust. However, Mr. Sterling, the show's owner, intervened. With a thin, calculating smile, he led her inside. Allison was breathless as she took in the glass elevators and the massive auditorium. Mr. Sterling dropped her off in the holding room, and that's when the nightmare truly began. The other contestants, led by a wealthy, arrogant girl named Chloe, began a relentless campaign of humiliation. Then, the big day arrived. The lights were blinding, the cameras were live, and millions were watching at home. Allison was called to the stage. She stepped out, barefoot, gripping her battered guitar. The host looked her up and down, took in her stained clothes and messy hair, and let out a sharp laugh into the microphone. He turned to the crowd and shouted, "If you sing well, I'll give you a plate of food." The room exploded into laughter.
If you want to see me sing, comment part 2 and make sure to follow.